My topic was all about return to Europe. From May 1888 to March 1889, Rizal lived in London. He chose this English for city for three reasons. Number one is in order to improve his command of the English language. Number two, to research and annotate Morgas Successus de las Islas Pilipinas, which he heard was preserved in British Museum. Number 3, London was a safe hub from Spanish tyranny's attacks. Rizal was dubbed a pearl of a man by him. Rizal was deeply immersed in his historical studies in London for 10 months. During the time, he compatriots in Spain were leading a crusade for Philippines reforms. In September 1888, he went to Paris for a week, and he looked for more historical materials in the Bibliothèque Nationale, which Juan Luna and his wife entertained him. He returned to London after reading through the old books. Nagbalik na po si Rizal paingon sa London. Human niya nabasa ang mga daan nga libro or box. Sa month of December 11 year of 1888, nagbalik na po si Rizal to Spain. He traveled to Spain for visiting Madrid and Barcelona. And sa Spain, he met Marcelo del Pilar and Mariano Pans, the two titans of the propaganda movement. He exchanged ideas with his friends and promised to work with them in fight for reform. On December 24, year 1888, nagbalik na po si Rizal sa London para mag-celebrate o Christmas and New Year kauban ang mga Beckets. Sa panahon sa iyang pag-stay sa London, he was elected honorary president of Association La Solidaridad, a patriotic society dedicated to reform. The desire to form a purely Filipino organization was realized when La Solidaridad was founded in Barcelona on December 13, 1888. On December 31, 1888, it was officially inaugurated. Rizal also published his first article, which is Los Agricultores Filipinos in the La Solidaridad, a patriotic newspaper founded by Graciano Lopez Gina on March 25, 1889. Si Rizal traveled to Paris. Si Rizal nag-travel na po paingon sa Paris. Year 1889, because of the Universal Exposition, the city was buzzing with activity, making it difficult to find a place to stay. Landlords have raised the rents of their rooms in response to the high demand for living quarters. Rizal briefly resided in the home of his friend Valentina Ventura. He also published an annotated edition of Marga's book there. So dapat mag-stay si Rizal sa kanang mga rentahanan like siguro hotel or unsa ba dira, but the landlords have raised the rents of the rooms. The landlord high demand, taas og demand para taas og kuan siguro kanang bayad siguro or monthly for living quarters, but Rizal was decided na dito lang siya sa balay sa iyang barkada. He also publishes an annotated edition of Vargas' book there. Rizal left Paris for Brussels, Belgium's capital, on January 28, 1890. When Rizal moved to Brussels, he was accompanied by Jose Albert. They lived in a boarding house run by two Jacob Jacobi, sister at 38 Roy Philip campaign. Rizal was working on his second novel, which is the El Filibusterismo in Brazil. He wrote articles for La Salud in addition for writing chapter for it. He also spent time in a medical clinic and went to the gymnasium for gymnastics. On June 2, year 1890, he received tragic news from his sister Saturnina. Her husband Manuel was deported again and was arrested while eating with his family on Christmas Day. Sa June 2, 1890, nakareceive si Rizal og news gikan sa iyahang igsuon nga si Saturnina. When Saturnina said for Rizal nga iyang bana kuno, si Manuel was deported again and arrested while eating. Kauban ng iyang family sa Christmas Day. It was the last letter Rizal received from his brother-in-law, Silvestre Albado, before moving to Madrid. Then after niya nabalitaan to, Rizal were arrived in Madrid, Spain in August 1890. He attempted every legal means to obtain justice for his family and the Calamba tenants, but to no avail. Leonor Rebels also married a British engineer. Rizal sought the assistance of the Filipino colony to protect the Dominicans' injustice against the Calamba people. More dreadful news reached Rizal in Madrid through his brother-in-law Silvestre, who received a copy of the Dominicans' eviction order. He also learned of the deportation of Pasiano Antonio Silvestre, Chung and Dandoy to Mindoro. Saturnina wrote him a letter in which she informed him that their parents had been evicted from their home. On July 5, 1891, Rizal left Brussels for Ghent, where the cost of printing for his novel El Filibusterismo is cheaper. Rizal in Hong Kong. Rizal left Europe for Hong Kong after the publication of El Filibusterismo from November 1891 to June 1892. He lived there. Rizal boarded the steamer Melbourne in Marseilles on October 18, 1891, bound for Hong Kong. During the voyage, he began writing his third Tagalog novel. Rizal's unfinished novels include Misa, Dapitan, and another untitled novel. Rizal described his journey as heavenly. Over 80 passengers boarded that ship. The majority of whom were Europeans, with the exception of 2 Spaniards bound for army. Second homecoming. Rizal made the decision to return to Manila in May 1892 in spite of protests from his family and friends. Balotol 2018. He gave his friend Dr. Marquez 2 cell letters with the inscription to be opened after my death. Craig 1981. Rizal and his sister Lucia arrived in Manila around noon on June 26, 1892. He stayed at the Hotel de Oriente, which overlooked the Binondo Church. That's all my report. Thank you.